yes. Okay, so fantastic day, fantastic evening. Robert Nestamali said he was coming in from the cold. Well, I say I'm coming in from the heat. Boy, oh boy, last night, what an evening, what a night. But my guest tonight has all the answers. I dare say he's the most wanted man in Ghana now. With time reading some 4 minutes after 7, you're most welcome to Ghana's #1 personality show. My name is Bola Ray, and every Thursday evening, yes, we're here to serve you nothing but the best. Simply the best. You know, don't necessarily avoid sharp edges. Occasionally, they are necessary to leadership. Donald Rumsfeld said this many years ago. And our guest tonight has, on some occasions, well, he's had to lead the charge in weathering lots of storms and enjoying the bruises, the sharp edges in leading an organization whose actions or omissions have far-reaching economic and political consequence. He's a product of Achimota School and Ghana's premier university, University of Ghana, where he obtained a degree in political science and sociology. Well, moved on to pursue law at the same university and later at the Ghana School of Law for his professional law course. Tonight, we're celebrating a man. We're interacting with him. And of course, you'll be messaging and we'll activate the phone lines as well tonight. A partner at Dubik and Associates law firm who has over 12 years of working experience serving in executive roles. He's been in Ghana's business industry for almost 20 years and he's worked in both private and public sectors. During his tenure in the public sector, he worked with the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, whose sole aim is to promote foreign direct investment in Ghana. He also served as the head of monitoring and evaluation at the GIPC. In his business life, he has focused mainly on the energy sector, where he's worked with American companies such as Bridgewell Resources, gone on to Gulf South Forest Products in Florida, and also in Egypt for a decade now. He's garnered vast experience in consulting for local energy, mining, and engineering firms, assisted them to identify viable projects with necessary funding for 10 key projects. Well, so I dare say he's the man for the job at ECG. He serves on the board of a few companies, Wilkins Engineering Limited, also the Montague Company, and the Ghana Industrial Holding Company, GIHOC. Tonight, our guest is here. He's ready. He served as a board member of the ECG in up to 2022 when he was appointed as MD for the Electricity Company of Ghana. Samuel Dubik Masubri, I hope I got that right, Mahama, is our guest right here on the award-winning show Starr Chat, which is live on Starr 103.5 FM here in Accra. We're also live in Takrady on Empire FM, that's in Secondary Takrady. Live in Kumasi on Ultimate FM and online at starfm.com.gh. Proudly brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. Haptel is everything to you. Cool mixture for your general well-being. And GCB Bank, your bank for life. My name is Bola Ray, and this is Starr Chat. Samuel Dubik Mahama. Good evening, boss.
Good evening.
And you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you.
I'm sure it would have been better under different circumstances, I guess.
Under different circumstances. We booked the interview last week, and you were upbeat about it. But I know tonight you walked in quite loaded in mind with the volume of work. Break it down for us. How has this week been, especially yesterday? I mean, power supply problems with some areas in Accra, Kumasi, Takrady, going nearly 18 hours without power. Why, MD?
Thank you. It's actually a humbling experience. It's quite humbling because at some points when you're doing or you're running a system like this, you seem to forget that you're working with machines. And a machine is something that can actually decide to fail you. We were coasting, we felt it was okay until we hit a patch where the moment you fix one thing, something else starts. You fix another thing, something else starts. Why do I say this? In Ashanti region, a group of people that I have to apologize to profusely because it was not of their doing, but we had high voltage cable faults over there at the beginning of the year, I think about 3 weeks ago. Most of these high tension cables were underground armored cables that we were trying to fix. And whenever you try, like, it just kept on turning into something. But good news is that is done. The moment that got done, before you could raise your head, now the bigger machines are also now failing. But the most difficult part, or I should say the most part of it that actually surprises you is the fact that I'm just right here. You could ask me what is going on,
Right.
and let me tell you the truth. But people choose not to, and then decide to actually tell
Speculate.
me what is actually wrong with me when I am here and I know what's wrong with me.
What is wrong with power generation and supply in Ghana? You're here on Ghana's platform, Starr FM, and of course on GH1 television. We're also beaming live across the world. What is the situation or the issue? Samuel?
We are having major maintenance issues. The issue we are having now has nothing
Starr
to do
103.5
has nothing to do with a shortage of fuel, and there's no fuel. And I keep hearing people saying,
Oh, so with all that is being bandied around that there's, issue with fuel supply and fuel shortage, that is not it.
that is not the case. That's what we've been trying to say. You are relying on a power plant to give you about 360 megawatts. Then around 4 p.m., the gas safety valve, emergency safety valve has a problem. What do? It's a machine.
So MD, you're saying that the machines failed us.
Exactly so.
It's not that we don't have money
No.
to go and get fuel to generate or power the machine. That is not the case.
That is not the case. That is not the case. The machines failed us. And we kept on saying that there's a machine issue that we were trying to fix. Typically, I must take this opportunity to apologize to our customers because when it started, we should have actually had the confidence to have a chat with everybody.
Exactly
and
my
actually
point.
put out a statement.
Why didn't you do that? How come a company as boisterous, as robust as ECG, you didn't give, yes, prior notice you're saying the machines, but as it happened, no information to the public, Dubik.
So with this thing, what most people or who most people know is ECG. We are the bottom of the food chain. We are the one that give you the power, we distribute the power. There's an intermediary who carries the power from the generators, which is the Gencos, to us. So when this whole thing is happening, there's a conversation at the top as to, possible maintenance time, how quick is your turnaround time, could you be able to fix this? So sometimes in hoping to be able to be smart about an issue, you end up actually messing up the whole thing. And that's why I'm saying we have to apologize.
You want to apologize here and now to
I will take this
citizens.
opportunity, that to say we are very, very sorry about what happened in the past 24 to 48 hours. We take full blame for that, but we know our partners. We can't leave our partners out there to hang because they are the ones who generate the power for us. We found better working terms, and to be very honest with you, looking forward, we are optimistic about the solutions to the problems as we speak, because through dialogue and through interventions, especially with our minister of the Ministry of Energy, we've been able to have a lot of headway. Today, ECG had a board meeting at which our board chairman, Mr. Kelly Gajepo, and the whole team of the board came around to sit down and have a meeting to actually strategize on getting this problem solved in the shortest time. So it's something that we don't take for granted. We don't take our duties for granted.
Dubik, are we saying that we've made a headway and that doomsaw is not back?
Bola,
Yes.
I don't even know why people want to dwell on doomsaw. It's a bad experience. So an outage is an outage. But what we call doomsaw in other parts of the world actually should be called a disturbance. It's a disturbance on the line. So doomsaw is not back.
Is that the truth?
It is the truth. It is the truth.
And we're experiencing a technical problem, not a financial problem.
We are experiencing a massive technical problem as we speak. Who would have known that an emergency gas valve will go off? You understand? Because it's not maintenance, it's not yet time for maintenance and all of that. So it's these are the things that, if we talk, we will not send certain signs or certain stories into the public domain, but more so we need to actually know that this is our situation, this is the conversation that needs to be had, and then we go about it. Because if we were doing it in our private sector and our private business, will we speculate? That's the question.
So you're being frank with Ghanaians that this is the situation and that's nothing but the truth.
I'm sitting in the chair. If doomsaw is back, what is doomsaw? Doomsaw is long protracted periods where I have to actually give you a timetable. So if I have to give you a timetable for you to plan your life, how wicked can we be as a company to decide not to do that, just to take away your livelihood, just because we want to keep the status quo going, or because we want to serve the purpose of saying no, we are not going to do that as a company at all.
Dubik, I've had loads of guests in this seat, and today's show, I must admit that we've received the most messages thus far before the interview.
Oh, wow.
So that should tell you how Ghanaians are, looking forward to this. And I have one from David. David out there in airport, and David says that, are they under immense pressure to ensure that the crisis does not become a political weapon for John Mahama and the NDC? Is there pressure? Is that what it is?
That is the lowest point to think about. When there's a problem at hand, you shouldn't even be thinking about its political consequence, but more so you should be thinking about the livelihood of the people of Ghana. When there's no power, it actually affects people's social life. It affects people's livelihood. So the worst time is to use that to play politics. That would be your biggest mistake. So please, I keep saying this. The energy sector issues, especially the power sector issues, has no political color. It only has the color of red, gold, and green with a black star in the middle. Our conversation must always and at all times be aimed at serving the good people of Ghana. And as much as we deliver a service, we serve at the pleasure of the good people of Ghana. Our responsibility is to the good people of Ghana. Why should we worry about a political rhetoric? That's why what happened today? In the midst of everything, we are still doing revenue mobilization. What did we do?
You went to Parliament, and we'll come to that and talk about that issue. Yusuf wants to know, and I think that you've answered that earlier, that he wanted to know if there's a timetable or ECG is going to come out with a timetable for Ghanaians to plan their lives with the unreliable supply of power. But you're saying that is not going to happen because it's not.
Somewhere last year around this time, some of the other systems, like even Ghana Gas, had to do a maintenance work. We had to find alternative source of fuels and all of that. But it's a seasonal thing. Sometimes until you sit in a chair, you don't actually know how wonderful it is to see rain. Before this job, when I see rain, I'm happy. I'm just going to sit down, enjoy a nice cold evening. But these days, when I see rain, I panic because you don't know how many substations are going to get flooded. You don't have to which areas you have to turn off. Sometimes when it's raining and your power goes off, it's just a precautionary measure because we do not want it to get out of hand.
And can't we do anything about it in this day and age so that anytime it rains, we are also then saying that, our lights should go off because of,
Bola,
the effect.
We have done a lot about those kind of things, but these actually are happening in area to area. Look, the problem we have in Ghana, it will be very easy to blame a politician, but we, the citizens, are the problem.
So the citizens, not the politicians. So you won't blame President Mahama for doomsaw.
You know what?
Yes. Will you blame? Because you're saying that it's not.
So now let me put this way.
Please do.
Let me put this way. You want capacity, which is you want more power plants. You want this. You want that. Why are you consuming electricity and you're not paying? So, do you even want me to answer that question?
Go ahead.
Because you're actually take this same person who's consuming electricity and not paying, change his location and drop him in a different country. He's complying. So why is it that in Ghana you've decided to bypass the meter and just sit in your house?
So it's behavioral.
It's behavioral. And imagine what we are doing, how it's going to affect us in the future is crazy. Because imagine you have a child growing up with you who has never seen you pay for electricity bills. What's he going to think? He's going to think it's the norm. But it's not the norm. So our attitude, some of the losses that we see in the system is just the fact that we feel like it's okay to do it. So to the extent that people think that because I have a prepaid meter, I don't have the power to come into your compound. The meter doesn't belong to you. The meter says property of the electricity company of Ghana. It doesn't say property of Bola Ray. So we have to come and check the integrity of these meters from time to time. A year like this, we are planning to embark on an exercise to visit every meter and to check the integrity of the meter.
You're going to do that?
We are going to do that because at this point in time, the sad thing is that we are always blamed for all the wrong stuff. But when it's time for us to do our work, that one too, we run into trouble.
And talking about doing your work, I mean, you have a known track record in making financial progress with companies in the power and mining space. You've been busy applying that experience with the ECG, with cash waterfall system and all of that. Strong revenue mobilization agenda, I know. Is it really working?
It is working. It is working. But you cannot talk about what we've achieved without not bringing up the digital aspect of what we've built as a company.
You have the platform. Tell us about it.
So you, as a utility or a modern day utility, assuring your revenue is key. Being able to talk about how good you've done as a company without not having anything to show is what? Just you trying to, as the guy said, you go explain tire. The truth is, if the company is doing well, there must be a data dump or a digital platform to show exactly what we're doing. For example, ECG is cashless now. How many public companies can say they are cashless? Now, every peswa adds to the what? Bucket. Now, we have made sure that we have one of the sterling apps in the country, which has a 4.5 star rating on the App Store. Now we are currently surging above over 3.5 million active users on the app, which is now looking like the app can also be used for other things. We are now even trying to think about ECG beyond tariff, non-tariff revenue. There are other things that a utility can do other than selling.
So ECG is fully digital now?
ECG is fully digital in how it runs its services. If you even want to apply for a meter now, you just have to go onto the app and start the process.
And it's efficient. It's timely. You deliver.
These are the tiny things that take away things like, oh, I applied for a meter a month ago, 2 months ago, I don't have it. Because now we got to a point where we are asking all those who've applied for meters, come forward. And then guess what? The phone numbers that we have on record are not even for the people. So you're calling the people that applied or paid for. Those are middlemen.
Wow.
So you're not even finding the people who actually are saying that they're looking for meters. That being said, anybody who's applied for a meter should get to the nearest ECG office if they have the requisite receipts. Because whoever stood between you and us, if the person didn't give you the receipt, you probably have to pay for the process all over again.
So why is the ECG not going out there to weed out these middlemen or guru boys like we call them?
You see, a very good friend of mine had said something to me. Yeah? And it sounded like, Yepe connection, like Ghana.
Starr 103.5 FM.
When you come directly to ECD, the meter is cheap.
Oh, it is?
But when you use a connection man, you end up paying 2, 3, 4 times the price.
But still people will go for that.
Still people will go for that. Now the question is why? You understand? Because we want certain comforts, we don't want to follow the line. But now, when you go digital, it's from your home. You start from your home. You put in the application, you do the requisite stuff. We get the show on the road. You can have periodic, notifications of where your request has reached until finally the installation is done. We are running a loss reduction program where metering is not going to be an issue anymore. Okay. It's going to be an issue of the past because there are enough meters to cater for the new service connections, and also it's aimed at also clearing the backlog of faulty meters and actually You know, a meter.
So are we saying here and now that anybody who wants a meter, I mean, yes, we have enough meters out there to provide to the general public?
We have enough to the extent that if we don't even have enough, we have a way of calculating, because of the digital platform, calculating and giving you a virtual meter.
Oh, you can do that?
We can do that now.
Interesting. That's some
We
information.
have deployed AI into our billing system. We have come a long way as a company. We can even ask you can even send in your meter reading to us through the app for us to actually compute it.
Then why are you not sensitizing or educating people about? Because this is a very, sweet phenomenon, and people need to know, and they have to be educated or informed.
So the staff are out there through this revenue exercise doing this education at that level. I know what you're trying to say is, why am I not seeing it on social media?
On traditional media.
That's also that's the next phase.
Okay.
Because reaching your customer and actually letting your customer know what it is, and then coming back to actually prepare to engage the customer on that level is what's going to let the customer know that, look, this is where this company is going, and you need to join the bandwagon.
Interesting things are happening under your leadership and watch at ECG.
We are trying.
You're trying. So let's stick to the revenue mobilization. Today you went to Parliament of Ghana. Why did you do that? Parliament was in session. They are debating the State of the Nation address. And Dubik, you got your men out there to disconnect the arm of government, the legislature. Why so?
You said Parliament was working.
Yes.
What was ECG doing?
ECG was working.
Okay. Next question.
But you plunged the whole Parliament of Ghana, so elevators, lifts were not working, the floor of the house. Didn't you have to maybe engage leadership or the administrative staff and let them know?
So when you are talking about ECG's losses,
yes,
what culminated the losses?
Of course,
non-collection.
Non-collection. People don't also pay.
So ECG, let's just say ECG was working.
So you don't care whose ox is God. You are doing your work. Do you get political interferences? And are you worried?
But now your best bet to bring in political interference, like let's say you want to even call me, you're better off giving that person a loan to go and pay than to ask the person to call me.
Wow. You are hard and you stand by that.
Let's be fair. You can ask anybody who's tried to interact with me on an issue like this. Why should there be different strokes for different folks?
Why?
Let's be fair. We want to see some level of efficiency. We want to be able to point to our national assets or our state assets and say, this company is working well, or this is one thing. And most of it has to do with discipline. And
you are the man disciplined to do that. You think you are one of the men to actually go out there and do it without fear or favor.
But the whole conversation is, why should you favor somebody and then leave the other person? That would mean that clearly you're actually
5 FM.
At that point you're trying to use a discretionary power when you're running an institution where your responsibility is both social and profit. How do you blend the two? Because you have to find a nice way to blend the whole social impact and the profit impact to get the conversation or to get the company to get its fine balance. Because the rate at which we are going, if we keep piling up such amounts of debt, what have we done to ourselves?
Certainly, you be out of business, and in terms of that as well, you mentioned social and the profit-making stuff, schools, hospitals, public institutions. Yes, we mentioned their power supply cut for non-payment of bills, and my alma mater was affected. I know you yes, Accra Academy. Yes, why that? You should have dealt with the other authorities.
So you heard, huh?
I
was just trying to catch your attention. Special prosecutor, good evening.
Yes, Kisi Ajabi, we're all worried. And I remember sending Kisi a message, and Edwin Provincial of Bost, the MD of Bost is also, an old student.
Oh, yeah.
So why? And later you came to issue an apology that it wasn't Accra Academy's fault, it has to do with GES and all of that. What was the situation? And today you're here. Clarify it for us, Dubik.
So let's not get the apology wrong. The apology was to the fact that the students had to sleep in darkness.
Not for the disconnection.
No, because it's part of my job. It is my job.
Given the chance, you do it again.
Massa, every morning we search. You've given me a mandate. So why should I use the mandate and then be like, oh, I'm picking and I'm choosing? That is not going to be fair. If I treat Accra Academy in that, I treat Accra. Oh, it's Accra Academy. What do I have to do in Asankregwa? What do I have to do in what do you call it? In let's say in other parts of the country where there are other schools who probably are not as vibrant. And
Yeah, but you
loud.
could have gone to the GES or the other bodies who, I mean, we all know they give out the money to such people in the pool to pay. So it wasn't. So why was Accra Academy singled out?
Accra Academy was not singled out. That's the one that was reported. That was the one that was reported in the media. But Accra Academy was not singled out.
Also, there were a lot of schools.
Oh, there were a lot of schools. your own interested some people, and then they decided to wait.
So if it's a hospital, you will do it.
Look, a hospital generates revenue. A hospital, in preparing its budget for the year, has a line item called what? Utilities and electricity. So where did the money go? You would rather use ECG's money for what? Your operating capital at the expense of ECG. Well, is that fair?
Well, clearly not. And we can see that you've been aggressive as a body, as ECG, to be out there and doing all of that. It begs the question as well, it brings it to the fore as well, that should MPs, ministers of state, heads of public institutions be made to pay for their residential electricity bills?
Yes, they should.
They should?
Because if they don't pay, that's a loss. And that loss, who's going to pay the subsidy for it? But they do pay.
Why?
They do pay.
Do they honor it regularly? And
If they don't, ECG will visit them. They do pay. And whenever they don't, ECG does visit them. Right now, you see, the conversation is we want to make sure that we cultivate the habit of settling our electricity bills.
Okay.
Making it a priority. I must say a big thank you to the President of the Republic of Ghana. All their bills are settled.
Oh, really? At the presidency?
Oh,
they don't
yeah.
owe ECG.
Oh, yeah.
When did they do this?
They
Because
did this somewhere last week.
Oh, last week, because I know that there was something that you also pull in for them to actually honor.
Yes.
So the presidency has settled its, obligations or dealt with its bills.
MDA's bills and a few other ones that we negotiated on to add. Yep.
Oh,
Other than that, I'd have given you one bill that was very huge. I could have given it to you at a 20% disc. If you had collected that money, I'd have given you 20%. There was one particular bill that was on my books that I had to go and collect. But I was having difficulty. I could have given that bill to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe, yes.
Do you know which company?
No.
Oh, Ministry of Defense, Ghana Forces, Bema Camp. Collect it for me.
How did you deal with that? And they paid.
I had to go to their boss to go and collect
it.
Yeah, so that's why I went to see His Excellency the President to make sure that all those bills, because
were cleared.
All of those bills add up to ECG's what? Losses. Wow. If you are not collecting those monies on a regular, they will add up to form your losses, which would then everybody would now say
ECG's not,
losses is at 30%, is at whatever percent. It's just not fair.
So it's the revenue collection that was an issue, and that ECG is capable, is efficient enough to deliver.
So it's efficient enough to deliver on certain levels.
Okay.
I must say, one of our biggest problems as a company is metering.
Okay.
Getting the requisite amount of meters. In the past, we still have illegal connection issues and all of that. Those are all things that we are trying to start a new regime where all distribution transformers are metered. Because we are now going to do energy accounting and audit. When I meter the distribution transformer and I know there are about 50 homes attached to the transformer, I can compare what the transformer is telling me to everybody's meter in the home.
Interesting.
If I don't see that is corresponding, what do? I visit you. Because that level of visibility is what is not what readily available. And because of that, some people think they can decide to go off the grid, connect power directly, and then do whatever they like. But if you don't pay your electricity bill, guess what? I have to pay for you.
Right.
So why are you shifting the responsibility, yet you want everything to be done for you?
You introduce a measure and also a regime that people can report those who are not honoring or paying their bills. How is that going?
It's going well. The whistleblower thing, it has always been there.
And are you protecting them?
Yes, and we are paying them. There's a 6%.
Oh, there's a 6% commission.
Yeah, when you report the person, you pick up the cash after we collect.
And people are doing that?
Yes.
Interesting. How much
people are reporting their girlfriends?
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, and boyfriends.
Their boyfriends.
Yeah,
Interesting. It goes both
it's
ways.
a lucrative business.
Interesting. Well, I think there's some people who have to. I have some names that I'll encourage them to pick that up. But how much does ECG owe independent power producers now, IPPs?
Now, currently, since last year, July, we are current. We are current on all our bills with them.
You're current on all your bills?
Yes, because what we did was to sit with them and to renegotiate some of their positions and their commercial terms. We came out with framework agreements that are about to be signed. And through that, we settled. I would say we are left with just 2 more companies to finalize with.
Right.
And when we are done with those 2, we can confidently say there are no 100% take or pay PPAs, but rather all of them are, the highest will be about 60% take or pay, and then 40% take or pay.
Interesting. It's right here on Star Chat on Star 103.5 FM, and the boss of ECG is in the seat. Dubik Mahama is our guest, and you can keep your messages coming in as well. We'll be activating the phone lines because, like I said, loads of messages right here for many out there. You can call us on 0552 880 216 0535 183317. That's 0552 880 216 or 0535 183317. My name is Bola Ray, and I have a message. Actually, it was a post by Bright Simmons, and Bright says that the government of Ghana says ECG must find $43 million for private power producers every month, and more money for its own operations, plus other upstream actors like transmission operators. To prove a point, ECG has started shutting power to government facilities that owe it money. Is that what it is?
Then I think he's late to the party because this thing started last year. And we've kept this thing going since last year. And we've been paying all the power plants and we've been current. So we are in the new year and we think, you see, for every time we take our foot off the pedal, people decide not to pay. And then there's a debt that is growing.
Right.
That is the problem that we want to solve. So what he's saying is right, but this started somewhere last year, July. Yeah.
Have you restored power to Parliament?
Yeah, we have.
You have.
Yeah,
They owe you 23 million Ghana cedis.
We have money. They gave us money.
Oh, they gave you money today.
Yeah.
So you say that it was a positive exercise.
But every revenue mobilization exercise is a positive exercise.
Well, so maybe if they didn't, you didn't have restored power. So they did.
Yeah.
Paid all, or
they
came to an arrangement.
They paid a substantial amount. Wow. Yeah, they paid a substantial amount, more than half.
Wow.
Which is good.
So it was for non-payment, and you went there to take the power off.
This is exciting to you.
No, it's interesting because that's on social media. It's trending on number 2. So it's interesting.
I try to take Parliament away from Accra Academy.
No. I'm just saying that. Obia. That's cool. Yes.
The thing now is this. It's beautiful. I see this as something very, very beautiful and something that we should all look at as a success. It should just go down to tell the average citizen that nobody is above it. If the president has paid,
you're right,
and Parliament has paid, then what's everybody down there's excuse? You understand?
Interesting. So you're saying that by doing that, you've gotten the mandate or the power to go all out because the presidency, they've settled their bills.
Yes.
So who are you not to? Are you for energy conservation or us going towards renewables, especially for residential purposes?
If you say for residential, that one, the ambit is with you and your pocket.
Yeah.
That's your pocket will determine whether if you can afford renewable energy or solar and all of that at your residence. So on that note, I will say yes on that score. Yeah, it's up to you to reduce so that you can reduce your carbon footprint and all of that. But if you're going to go national or international, then that's a different conversation.
Interesting, we got that. Well, we have some callers trying to call, and we have a call online. You can also reach us on 055-288-0216. That's 055-288-0216. And keep the messages coming in as well. We'll get to read some questions, but a big thank you to our sponsors. We're saying a big thank you to MTN everywhere you go. Thanks so much, MTN. Well, did you know that MTN Momo now has an app? Yes, MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, convenient, and faster. So just download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store on your smartphone, and then look out for the blue Tick, yes, the blue and yellow icon, and it's that simple. Well, we have a caller online. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
All right, you're most welcome. You're on Star Chat, and the MD of ECG is our guest. Let's hear you, please.
All right, my name is Bola Ray. I'm calling from Katamanso Promised Land.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
All right, Bola, I'm enjoying your conversation so far. And I must say I'm impressed with the questions you're asking the MD of the ECG.
Right. Any question for him or any concern?
My question on his submission, he made mention of the fact that now the meters are very cheap and that you can even apply them online if you don't want to go by the quick way.
Well, he said application. I think he wants to respond to that. Yes, MD.
To apply for a meter is very easy. I didn't say the meters are very cheap. What I remember saying is if you come through ECG, the service connection fee is cheaper than you using a middleman. That's what I remember saying. I didn't say it's very cheap.
Yeah, the connection server is cheaper. So I would like to know if there is any something to dial to for easy application. Or probably you could, if he can give us an online service where we could go online.
So he wants to know if there's a short code or how can he actually...
So star 226 hash.
Again, star 226 hash. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's the first time I'm hearing of this anyway.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We've been running around with this even for revenue mobilization. That
star
you can use it
226 hash.
You can use it to even verify, let's say, a staff who has come to your house to do something. And you want to know whether,
ECG.
We've made so much noise about this.
Interesting. We have a call online, but before that call, this one is from a friend at GMPC, Stephen. Stephen says, it's been 1 full year since I applied for this meter. I have more days in their office at Nungwa waiting to get this meter, but to no avail. Promises upon promise. Can he ask me what to do next? That's from Stephen. He says he's at Nungwa and he wants a meter for his home. It's been a year.
So that's what I said. You've applied, it's been a year. If you have the receipt or you have whatever.
He sent me the receipt, but we'll talk about it. I have a call online. Okay. Let's pick up the call because he's paying some bills and then I'll come to you, please. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Your name, sir?
My name is Kwesi.
Kwesi calling from?
I'm actually on my way home, so
you're on the road. I hope you've pulled up. You've parked and talking to us now, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Kwesi, go ahead with your question or comment.
Thank you for this guest. It's very timely. I've listened for a while now, and I must say, good job to him. He's clearly a great communicator, but the realities are there. Senior, let's take you are talking a lot about how we move forward, digitization and all that. What are you doing about these meters that have been placed outside? I know the time that it was done, there probably was a very good reason. But the issue of security does not make this nice at all. Imagine you're in your home, something is going on, you need to have access to the meter, let's say heavy rain or something that can allow you easily go into the rain. People have been stealing these meters lately. Is he aware? Good job so far, but what is he doing about this?
Meters that are outside.
Not all of us.
I'm very aware about the phenomenon.
Right.
All of us.
I am very, very aware of this phenomenon.
What are you doing about it?
So we are actually trying to move those meters back into the homes. It's a conversation that is far advanced, especially with the new replacement exercises that we are doing. We are not leaving them on the poles anymore. We are putting it back in the house.
What are the timelines?
So it all depends on how fast the installations are going and how quick they ramp up with the numbers that you're doing on the loss reduction program.
Okay. I have a caller. I'll come back. Hello? Hello, good evening. Hello? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Bola.
Good evening, sir. Your name and where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, for some reason, I'll hold on with my name.
Oh, why?
But I'm calling you from Tema.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask the ECG boss the reason why our military barracks and then the police stations, there are no ECG meters there. They use power, they use their stove, they don't even use gas at all. They use electric stove. They consume majority of our power and there are no measures to measure these things. Everybody is scared to go there.
That's
Is
not
that what it is?
That's not true.
My next question.
Okay. Go ahead with your next question. Yeah.
Yes. Industries in Tema. Okay. when they want to take their lights off, no communication, nothing to them, they will just be there, their light is gone, boom, like that. Whether they add them to the national grid, the normal lighting system, we have no idea. But I know there are industries in Tema, they produce power, and when they have excess, they add it to the national grid for free. So why do they do that?
All right. Well, thank you very much.
That is a serious allegation that they added to the grid for free, because in most parts of the world, there's something called a net metering, that will take what you're bringing in and net it off with what is going out. So if they are adding it to the system for free, they cannot even do that without not informing ECG.
So that is not a situation.
So if that is, then probably because he said he knows for a fact. If he, through this whole thing, he said he won't mention his name.
But we can follow up.
Yeah, he can follow up.
Are you ready to
us.
engage him if he
Of
should come?
Of course. And then on the other one, when he says that he's not being fair
The barracks,
to the barracks,
police,
he's
okay.
not being fair to them because they are bulk metered. They are metered at the supply point, which is their transformer. So for us, whatever amount of power that goes into that enclave is what is sent there.
So they don't have individual meters or
Not at
meters for the whole, but they
not
are
at all.
bulk.
Because if you do individual metering in there, that means you're telling me that I can go in there and say I'm turning here off, I'm turning here off.
Okay.
You understand? But we do not. With the way those installations are, you never know which part they want to use for whatever. So
So they do bulk metering.
It's like us saying we are metering individually within the airport. You can't do that. You have to give them a bulk meter and let them handle their business. Yeah.
Okay. We have a call on the line. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Star Chat. What's your name, please?
My name is Prince.
All right, and you are joining us from Takrady. Great. You're on
Yeah,
air.
I'm listening to you from Empire.
Empire FM. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Bola. Yeah, me catch ECG boss myself. Na me sure no what is. Ghana ha no wo ya de pa no mo kan won sampa. I want to tell him that he should continue to do his good work. And he shouldn't mind anyone, because in some years to come, they will praise him. So he shouldn't mind anyone, from Flagstaff House to individual house, anyone, even one.
You should disconnect.
It should disconnect them. Academic crowd, why are they? Because you are no old students. Look the way Ghana.
Okay, let's leave it here. Thank you. All right, Kafu Day say,
I'm a big fan, man. I like this guy.
I think that you have a huge fan base in Takrady, so you should miss it. Okay, so Kafu Day says that, Bola, listen to the Star Chat, and I want you to ask Dubik, has he ever cut power to any ECG office?
But we are on time with our own bills, so why do we cut our own power?
Know that. Have you disconnected a police station before?
Police station.
Yeah.
Hey, you won't take this. You won't bring this matter back. When we started last year, we had an issue. Did you forget?
Yes.
Yeah. We had an issue, but you know,
police station.
Now we are best friends.
You are best friends with the police.
Let me take this opportunity to say a big good evening to the Inspector General of Police.
What kind of crime?
Dr.
Dampire. Okay, we have a call on the line. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
And your name is?
My name is Adjoa. I'm speaking from Bokum Estate.
From Bokum Estate in Ashanti region, Kumasi, right?
Yeah, Kumasi.
Good. You're on air. Let's hear you, Adjoa.
Please, I want to know, like, when you buy ECG, like, at the end of the month, they have an amount they decide.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Go ahead with your question, Adjoa.
If you buy 100 CDs, at the end of the month, they will deduct like 20 CDs. I want to know what this amount is used for.
Well, MD, can you help us?
We deduct what?
Says if you buy 100 CDs, they will deduct 20 CDs for something at the end.
The service charge.
It's the service charge.
Yeah,
okay.
The service charge is the provision of the service.
Okay, so Adjoa, there you go with your answer. Hello, good evening. We have a caller. Hello. Hello, good evening, sir. Hello. Well, too bad we lost you. With time reading, some 10 minutes to 8. We'll go for a break. When we come back, we'll get to know you the more. We want to know, who Dubik Mahama is. We read your profile. Well, lots of calls are coming in. Let's see. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Well, Stephen says that you didn't finish answering his question, and a call came through. Stephen from Tema. He was talking about, applying for a meter at Nungwa and waiting for a whole year and no meter. So he wants you to deal with it for him. You might want to look into that, Dubik.
Yes, I will. You can. Let's find a way.
Okay.
To get someone to put all of these together for us. Then we can.
We'll do that. Okay. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Our lines are jammed and is interesting. But you can also call. So Kafui, you've gotten your answer from the MD of ECG. And he says that, well, they do that. And of course, they pay their bills, so they are right on time. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Well, we lost that call. But then we'll be coming through with a lot more for you after the break. But we send a big thank you to Haptel. Haptel, thanks so much for supporting us. And also to MTN. MTN everywhere you go. And Haptel has some good news. When we come back, we'll be telling you a lot more about that. Stick and stay right here on Star Chat. We'll be right back.
Bola Ray.
Bola Ray.
Bullets. Bola Ray. Hitman. It's Bola Ray.
Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244-308-111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Hello, Linda. You won't believe what I am planning next. I want to start my postgraduate degree, buy a car, and build my dream home. But you know what's stopping me?
What's that, Mike?
Money, oh. That be my biggest wahala.
Oh, you are sorted, Cry. With a GCB Big Move personal loan promo, you can borrow up to a whopping 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours.
Like, seriously? How do I qualify?
Yes, it's available to all GCB salary account holders. Plus, you get a 2-month grace period before you start to pay back.
Susket, I'm opening an account with GCB now.
Get a personal loan of up to 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours. Call 0800-422-422 or visit your nearest GCB branch today to fund your next big move as we celebrate 70 years of greatness. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank.
Charlie, Chairman is still not here. What at all could be the issue? Calm down. I'm sure you'll be here soon. Oh, guys, sorry I'm late. Koti bab me for road. Sake of my insurance expire. Some long issue, Charlie.
Chairman Pan. Hey, you make Koti bab you sake of you forget to renew your car insurance when you can get your car insurance sticker instantly on Haptel. And best of all, simple matter. Just install the app, enter your car number, and oh la la, your instant insurance sticker is there.
Oh, really? Make I do am now before I forget. But Edemu, see, Edemu, insurance sticker need demo one time. I can even renew it every month. Wow. Charlie, as for this one, today, as usual, the sitting is on me.
Visit hoptel.com/app to download your Hoptel app and set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Hoptel is everything you.
It's portable, disposable, and always on hand when you need it. Flora disposable handkerchief fits in your pocket or bag, and it's always ready to come to the rescue. Sweat? No problem. Coughs and colds? Caught safely. Tears of joy or despair? Wiped away. Flora tissues in the form of disposable handkerchiefs, box tissue, toilet roll, multi-purpose towels, and table napkins plays an important role in personal, home, school, office, and commercial hygiene, minimizing the spread of infections and keeping us healthy. Flora tissues are made with premium tissue paper, so choose Flora tissues. To be a distributor, call 0243 033 033.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Shout! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Bola Ray.
Bola Ray.
Bullets.
Bola Ray.
Hitman.
Right, so welcome back. With time, some 5 minutes to hit 8. Dubik Mahama is right in the seat. And I must say, lots of messages, but then many of them are now changing their minds. So, well, what a great orator and a communicator. This from Mavis. Mavis listening to us in Latvia because she says, Bola, I was peeved. I just rushed home to listen to this interview. And I must say, 20 minutes into the interview, I'm settled. Well, he's a great communicator. He's been able to address my issues. Interesting. So, thank you very much, Mavis. But let's get to meet you, Dubik Mahama. Tell us about your good self. What kind of home did you get to grow up in?
Well, I'm the fourth child of out of 6.
Okay.
Starr 103.5 FM.
The first 3 are girls. Then myself, then my 2 younger brothers.
Right.
So
so three, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
last 3 are boys.
Yeah, last 3 are boys. The first 3 are girls. It was a family of my dad. My dad was a teacher. Then he became a lecturer in the university. Then a lawyer, and then my mom, she was a career teacher, rose to become a headmistress. That's my late mom.
Okay.
And then at some point she went into the whole NGO business to help the girls, the Kaya, to help redevelop them and resettle them and give them a vocation and all of that. I grew up in a very I would say it was a very comfortable home. We didn't have it all, but it was fun.
Average, family per Ghanaian standard.
Yeah.
Close-knit family?
Very close-knit family, especially the nuclear one.
Right.
My sisters, we had a dad who was on top of things with us, and a mom who was also a disciplinarian. So, that whole kind of family setup.
Growing up with girls, I mean, first 3 being girls, did you get into this whole, they'll say for a lady it will be tomboy, but for you they call it Kojo Bissell, maybe a small, but the girls, first 3 are ladies.
When you have elder sisters, they always want to take advantage of you and then treat you like a girl.
Oh, so they were doing that to you?
Yeah, all of those funny stuff.
But you're a sweet guy too, so.
But it's your sisters, they don't care. At that point, they don't care. But it's all part of the family dynamic. It's how you guys have fun and how you guys relate.
Did you get to meet their friends quite often?
Yeah. I think having elder sisters is what took away my shyness for that whole.
How so?
It's because when you have a sister and you're growing with a sister, it's easy to speak to your sister, so you actually know they are also human beings just like you. They have the same conversations just like you. It's nothing extraordinary. Then you go to school and then you meet your male friends who are having difficulty speaking to girls. They're like, guy, talk to them.
Talk to her.
So
you didn't have an issue at all. I mean,
no, because I had very cool elder sisters who, they actually want to talk to you. They want to be part of what's happening in your life. That whole inquisitive type of thing. So it gave us that beautiful bond because even now, when we meet, there's not a dull moment.
Right.
Yes, there's so much fun. And even for the time we were growing up, we were allowed to say whatever we wanted to say, however we wanted to say it. So I have a family where everybody's very sharp-tongued. You make an open sentence without closing it.
You have an issue. I mean, say it as it is.
someone will murder you. So when you're talking, you're always like, oh, okay.
Did they have friends who were trying to, of course, their friends, their little brother, and they kind of like you, and
But it's supposed to be part of the whole thing.
Oh, so you had that. They were toasting you.
Yeah, they were St. Mary's. Then you go and visit them, and is that your brother? It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah,
you enjoyed the whole.
Of course, you enjoy, but that's how you grow up to know who you are.
So at what point did you get a girlfriend? Because you were with the ladies and all of that. Achimota school?
Achimota school, yeah.
Okay. Which house were you in Achimota?
I was in Agri house, yeah.
Okay.
I was in Agri house. Girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay, I should think.
In Motown, yeah.
In Motown, yeah, it's probably around 17, 16.
Serious girlfriend.
Yeah,
16 years.
Yeah.
Wow. She was in which house?
Why do you want to know?
Oh, no, I'm asking. Is she the one you married?
No.
Okay.
You want me to go and say something, people start calculating backwards. I beg.
But how was life at Achimota school?
Life at Achimota school. You know the funny thing, and later on in life, I started having chats with my friends. When on your way to school, when you hit the bend to school, your heart skips a beat because of fear. When you're going home, you're always happy. So it's, I think nobody really likes the regimental life. So sending you to boarding school for you to learn this whole regimental life, lay your bed at this time, you're going for prep or you're sleeping here, and then you have those seniors who always want to make sure that life is terrible for you, and then they come up with all of those stories and all of that. Right. But it was fun.
All in all, you enjoyed it. Never a dull moment at Achimota school.
Oh, I had fun. It was.
Were you into any clubs?
So
back at school,
most of the time, sports was volleyball.
Okay.
I played volleyball.
Right.
Because at that point, you know that you're in a school like Achimota, where the school is big.
Right.
It can even be messy. You won't make the school team. So, guy, find
love
what
football.
No.
Okay.
But I do love to play football. And even currently, I still play. I play on Sundays and Tuesdays.
Wow.
Yeah, Sundays in the evening and Tuesdays also in the evening.
Fantastic. You had a nickname back at school?
I actually don't remember having a nickname back in school because,
everyone called you what?
Mahama. So for me, for every single time, when I hear you call me, I know which part of my life you entered. So I have certain sets of names and how it's pronounced. I know, you knew me from this day, or you knew me from that day, so that's how it's segmented for me.
Wow. So just Mahama. Are you related to former President Mahama?
Right now, the way the country is, when you say you are not related to someone, somebody say you are related to the person. But all I can say is we all notness. So definitely there's a possibility because in as much as he's from, I'm a B-Moba from the Northeast region, but he's from the Upper West Side. But you never know. You never know because most of us from the top there's a whole lot of settling going on and all of that. So you never know.
Interesting. Growing up as a young man, what was it for you? What meant more for you, Dubik? Was it money? Was it friends? Was it women? Was it education?
I would say actually it was a blend of things and actually success. And with that ambition for success, it made me very linear in my vision, and it actually, even up till now, I think to some extent I've lost friendships and relationships because
you want to succeed.
Because I want to succeed,
and you're
because
focused.
I'm focused about it,
Wow.
and because of that, in that process, you step on toes, and even when you're trying to say, "Look, it wasn't that I didn't clock it," or you have to understand. The people involved don't.
How does that make you feel? That doing what you love, and of course being focused in life, has also made you to lose some friends.
It is sad because you're hoping that they would have seen things from your perspective, but since they didn't, you take it in your stride. You say a good prayer about it. You don't let it hold you back because tomorrow is another day.
Have you ever disconnected friends?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. You didn't finish your sentence. I answered yes.
Wow.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, let's be fair. Let's be fair. When the lights go off, at that point in the middle of the night, when you're lying in your bed, it's between you and your God. All the thoughts that run through your head, what you could have done, what you didn't do, the person you could have helped that you couldn't help. At the end of the day, this is you in your true form.
Right.
So sometimes it makes it very humbling to know that you even saying you have a problem with someone, or you're not talking to someone, or you're not relating to someone, what's the end game? You need to ask yourself, what is the end game? Because you came to this world with nothing.
And you go back?
You go back with nothing.
So you don't feel it, whether a family member, whether a close friend, and then you have
something.
to, yes.
Watching my mother die was the turning point in my life when I realized that there is no amount of success in my life that would change it. Because at some point, watching how things were going, asking the doctor, what can I buy, what can I do, and for him to just tap me and say, calm down. At this point, it's not what you have, what you're going to do. So for me, it's given me a different worldview as to how I manage myself, my family, and my friends, to the extent that I will be there for you to the best of my ability. Let's not forget, everybody in this world, every individual is selfish. The only reason why someone will say you are not selfish is because you know how to control your own needs to entertain somebody else's. So,
what drives you in life? You wake up every day. What is that thought? What is that will push you and give you that edge?
So I wake up every morning. My push is, there's more to be done. There's more to be done. There's more to be done. And the truth about the matter is, there is always more to be done. If you are at a place where you feel there's nothing more, then that means you've plateaued. You need to move to something else. But right now, I find myself in a space where, for every issue that's put before you, for the want of a better description, so that I don't get misquoted anywhere with those lines that they just pick and choose parts of it. And then,
right.
But this time I'm about to say, I know they'll definitely do that. But look, let's just say, I'm a thief. Yeah, I'm a thief. My brain has to run to make sure that the thing I'm selling, you don't steal from me. So you stealing from me is actually disturbing me. So now I'm having to think for everybody to make sure that I'm about a step or two steps ahead of you to be able to close the gaps within the sector so that we can actually raise enough revenue to move the company forward.
So you're thinking like a thief. You're ahead of.
Yeah, because you have to. So you start dealing with it from the top to the bottom. The bigger ones that are stealing, that you can block them so that the bucket will grow. Then now you drop down to those down there who are taking the little by little here and there. So when you hear people trying to make the whole ECG problem about illegal connections, you must be very careful, because that is not
the issue at all.
That is not the only problem, or that's not the issue at all. You have to have a bird's eye view, put it down, look at it from the top, and you have to be as transparent as possible.
You have a very difficult job. Does it ever get to you? Have you ever, maybe you get up in the morning and you say, why did I even accept this position? Am I ever failed to resign with all the pressure and all of that? Ever thought of that? Has it crossed your mind? Dubik, be sincere with us.
There are times, I must admit, that it's difficult. Wow. It is difficult because in your heart, you know you want to serve. You know you're not being paid what you actually are worth, but you came to serve. And in giving back...
Oh, so you're not paid what you are worth. You're saying that your salary is not commensurate with it.
Have you compared the ECGMD salary to the utility, let's say, Con Edison in New York? My contemporary over there...
Yeah, but it's what we have in Ghana, so you also have to look at it.
So you should know that you are here to serve. So the motivation is not money. Because if the motivation is money, trust me...
You will not be in this country.
Not that I won't be in this country. Maybe, probably, everybody will not like me. Because by now they would have said, the cash the boy is making.
Right.
But even still, with that, there's
people
the gossip.
That, yes.
You understand?
We'll talk about some of the gossips and on all of that. But, doing that, I want to know, what makes you proud as a Ghanaian, Dubik? You wake up in this country, what is it that...
The most beautiful thing that makes me proud to be a Ghanaian, actually, and I get to see it every time from the comfort of my office, is the Independence Square.
Independence Square?
Yes.
Interesting. Why?
Because to watch and believe or see that this is where this whole thing started. And granted, I know it's the old polo ground where the Kwame Nkrumah is buried, but what it symbolizes to me from my office is, wow, this is Ghana.
Wow.
So even up till now, it hasn't sunk in the kind of job I do or who I am or what I still do my best to make sure that I relate with all my friends. I do my best to respond to every single text message.
It's not changed you as a person,
No,
that you are the MD of ECG.
But tomorrow I can stop being the MD of ECG. Am I
And you
expecting
need
them
a friend,
to?
yeah.
They cannot also stop being my friends.
So you still hang out with your friends?
I still do. Irrespective of the fact that sometimes I'm tired, but
you have
you have to put in one in there and at least even have a drink or two when you can, because lately I'm scarce.
Wow.
But whenever I can, I do what I can.
So almost always out, you're in and out, but you also have a unique fashion sense. Who or what inspires your choice? I mean, you came through with this nice, political suit or safari suit, and you're a sharp dresser.
Oh.
Is it because the ladies,
as for
your sisters?
Oh, yes. If I don't say that, I'm dead. Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
They played a major role.
They play a major role because they have to shape how, oh, you are not a guy. No, my friend, this thing, you can't wear this and follow me. Oh, Charlie. And you have to go back and readjust and recalibrate it. But the thing is, for every single thing that's happening, you must be happy about it. You must be able to smile. Because look, keeping the smiles coming, sometimes it's not easy. But keeping the smiles coming, actually, you don't know how many people you've touched by just smiling.
Right.
So,
and you do well. I mean, I must admit, it's not because you're a friend or you're here, but that is what you are. You manage that smile, and it keeps you going. Although your work is tedious or difficult. But what kind of father are you or husband are you? You're married?
I am not currently.
Oh, you are not?
Yeah.
You've been married before?
Yes.
But you are divorced?
I'm divorced, yeah.
Okay. You have children?
Yes, I do.
Oh, how many?
I have 3 kids.
What kind of father are you, Dubik?
I would say I'm a very, very understanding father. I think to some extent I'm understanding to the point that I do not want to do or say things that would affect my kids. So
you're that
I'm that kind of father. So everything I have to do to make sure that they are comfortable, have a good life, grow well, is my key focus. Because at the end of the day, I said something earlier, when the lights go off and you're lying down, who am I in this world for? They didn't ask to be brought into this world. They are here.
The children.
So now that they are here, what do I do? They are my responsibility. So, and also making sure I have a good name for them.
Have they ever come to you, or maybe any of them come to you and say, well, Dad, you're the boss of ECG, so with this lights out every now and then, do people confront them? Are they at that stage?
No, they are not. They are not at that stage where people can confront them.
Okay.
But my son is one funny character, because he sits down and on his tablet, he likes to watch the news feeds and stuff.
All right.
So you're sitting there and then he just sends you a message. Hi, Mr. Famous. Then I text him back. Hi, son of Mr. Famous.
Right.
So they are at that age where he's at that age where he understands what I am doing and what I'm about, and he loves his soccer too. So when we, as we say, football, so we have a good conversation about that. So it's mostly about the interest of the kids.
Do you make time? Do you feel within yourself that you make time for your children? Or it can be better?
It can be better, especially with the kind of situation I find myself in. It could be fantastically better. But sometimes too, I have to take certain decisions that should be aimed at protecting them so that they don't get used to something that will not be there on a constant basis or something like that. So that's the focus.
An all expense paid trip, round trip, to your bucket list holiday destination. Where will you go?
This guy.
What would that be?
It depends on what I'm going to do.
Oh, it depends on what you're going to do.
Yes.
No, but you have that ticket, round trip, just go have fun. Where will you go? What will be that destination for you?
That's why I said it depends, because my bucket list for those kind of trips.
Yeah. But where do you have in mind? I mean, top 3.
Top 3?
Yes. Where would that be, Dubik?
Top 3, all day, every day, I'll take Miami.
Miami, okay.
I'll take Amsterdam.
Okay.
And the last one.
Yeah, we'll be where?
The last one is actually South Africa.
South Africa? Oh, you didn't mention any place in Ghana.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Ghana.
Yes.
Ghana is my backyard.
Because you know it's like the back of your hand.
I cannot sell electricity. I think I do more local tourism even in my line of work than you do.
Wow.
So I'm the only person who's licensed to choose a round trip ticket. Because when you because for the kind of network we provide within the southern space of Ghana, it's quite vast.
So you're a hands-on person. You get there to all your stations to make sure.
So what I try to do is to interact with them most and make sure that I'm not overbearing.
Okay.
I do not want to, even today we're having a meeting where I say, I don't want to micromanage. I don't even want to give you operational ideas because it's very easy to listen to an operational idea from me and say, this is what you said.
Good.
So the person is then now stuck in that bubble where they don't want to go outside of it. Use your own imagination. Let yours complement mine.
Right.
When yours is complementing mine, the success is quicker, it's faster, and it's there for all of us to see.
All right. Kweku sends in a message, and Kweku says that great interview, Bola, by far. I've just enjoyed this interview. Kudos to Dubik. But I also hear that, yes, he's a sharp dresser and he's a lifestyler. He loves to travel in private jets. How true is that? Do you travel in private jets?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Life
But
is to be lived.
But you see, the thing is this. I don't know why they even put it that way.
Yeah.
It's a life before. It's a life before.
Oh, so you used to travel in private jet before you became ECG boss. So there's not okay.
So you see, but now when you're in such a job, you have to curtail these things because it's very easy for somebody to say you are using state funds to fund your lifestyle. But so you have to try and adjust. But
you used to live that life before you came into public office.
Yeah.
Really? Why private jets? Why you don't?
But if you have friends and they are offering it to you, you think, okay, don't take
a seat.
Don't take. What story will you tell?
Okay.
Yeah. But you see, it's through those experiences that would also shape your ideology. So, for example, let's say let me use Ibrahim Mahama as an example.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about him and they say he has a jet. He has a jet. So that notion of him having a jet is already there. Then you say, oh, have you seen the car that he's bought? The man has a plane.
Yeah.
So why even talking about the car? Look, when I see these things happening in our lives, I want us, it broadens our horizon.
Good.
It's not for anything that somebody has at the back of the throttle saying that travel and see. You understand? Because when the Ashantis have a
get exposed.
Right. You understand? You sitting where you are, what are you seeing? What do you know? What is the experience? When you taste something, it's even like us. Initially, when you were traveling, you did economy.
Now
nice. You did business class. So now you are working hard to make sure that
class.
You don't go back that way.
That's right.
Then the next thing that you try to do is you taste first class. You're like, hey, my car. Yeah. This is where I want to be. And then you start actually broadening your horizon and your perspective to work hard enough to stay within that enclave.
So let's aspire. Let's have some aspirations that you want to get there, and we shouldn't condemn people who are living certain life if they can afford it, right?
Yeah. As for that one, I'm not going to be a hypocrite about it. I'm not going to be because of how we live here. Our minds are trained to hide what we have. That's how we've been.
You think Ghanaians should be more open and come up so far as it's acquired legitimately?
The truth of the matter is this: because of that, oh, Charlie, you have money. Oh, I don't have money. Oh, I don't. Oh, no, I don't have money. Oh, how? So based on that, now look at how it's affecting us, even with the electricity supply. Now the number of new homes that have been built. Meanwhile, everybody says, oh, I don't get money. I don't have money. And then because of that, they are not reporting it properly. Now transformers are overloaded. And now people's tastes, the way it has increased. I was telling a different station that some people have elevators in their home. Wow. They have elevators in their home. When he turns on the elevator, the swimming pool pump, the swimming pool pump, the air conditions, the water pump, then the whole area. Problem.
Wow.
Transformer has
so
gone off.
There's a lot more than meets the eye and what we would think about and all.
That's what I'm saying. Culturally, because this person who said this to you, who sent this to you, means the person knows me very well.
Very well, exactly.
This person knows me very well and knows who I was or what I'm about. Now, that means probably I never hid that side of my life.
That's right.
To this person. But now, fast forward to those I've hidden my life from. What do you think they are thinking now? This guy.
Okay.
So that means he had this. So now the conversation now has what changed.
Right.
But when probably the conversation should be more like, oh wow, there's something interesting. I probably need to have a chat with him to see how that works and what.
You think we should be open to such?
I believe strongly we should be open. If you watch how we were all brought up, it has affected us in every point of the way. For example, you grew up with primary school all the way to JSS with your parents. So your mother tries as her possible best to make you regimental in certain ways. But you know it's your mother, so you can get away with something. Then you get to boarding school where there's a senior. You can't get away with anything. So here, this is when you sleep. You can't do this. You can't do that. So your entire Form 1 life, you're hoping to get to Form 3. Now Form 2, you have some small liberties. Then finally you get there. Then when you get there, you become what? Then you become very, very, very bossy. Then guess what? You get to university. Then you own your own time. And then that's where you feel liberated. And then that's where we throw all caution to the wind. We throw a lot of caution to the wind. Then what we forget is, it is at that stage that you have to finally choose who you want to be.
Yeah, and be disciplined.
Yes.
Indeed.
But then you've thrown away all those things because you thought they were torture.
Right.
So
interesting. So I feel that the whole educational system or even our orientation, we need to take a second look at it. So great insights that you've brought to the fore. But going ahead, I also have some messages. This one is coming in from Abena. Abena says that please ask him. I understand he's renting or leasing cars to run operations and paying almost 40,000 Ghana cedis a month. How true is that? Why won't he rather buy the cars outright?
Very good question. You know, my core business is what? I sell electricity.
Right.
I have no business purchasing a car and having a base workshop. And a car is actually a depreciating asset. So if you have it on your books, after you bring it onto your books, what then happens? It has depreciated.
Yeah.
You would not make the same amount of money
if you want to.
So actually the rationale behind it is, give me cars to X amount. I don't pay for them even in dollars. I pay for them in cedis. So it's called an operational lease.
Okay.
Under the operational lease, when the wiper is spoiled, it's the operational lease company's headache. Tail light, there's the tail
light. So you are saving a lot more money by leasing instead of buying. Okay.
Even insurance, because the normal ECG cars, most of them are third-party insurance. So you end up paying it yourself.
So you believe that this is the most efficient way to run it instead of buying those cars, right?
Why do you need to own
ECG?
Yeah, why do you need to own the cars?
Okay.
You treat this as an operational expense. It is better treated as an operational expense where you can get more out of it.
Right.
Because now on my budget, it will be spread over a period of, and then after 5 years, they have to replace all those cars, or 4 years. Okay. Depending on
so Abena from Gimpa, I hope your question has been answered. And we're going straight to East Legon. And East Legon, we have Nana Kwame says that ECG is shedding 200 megawatts off peak and 670 megawatts peak time. The situation is getting worse.
How did he get those numbers?
So those are not correct.
Those numbers are wrong.
Okay.
Those numbers are wrong. That's why I said, ask. Ask. Don't assume.
Okay.
Our biggest mistake, you see, the first thing you learn in law school is that whatever you say, you need to add an authority. He just put this out there. He's brandished this. He probably will post it on social media. What is the authority? Did you get it from the ECG website? Did you get it from the Gridco website? We shouldn't do this because this causes those kind of panic that we do not want to have even in the system.
Okay. Right. So thanks for clarifying that. Yusuf in Asylum Down says that, Bola, I want to know, do they go to places like Nima and Ashama to do this connection exercise? Because I visited my grandma in Ashama many times, and I don't really see the ECG guys there. Some say they've chosen the cheap, easy ones to disconnect.
Well, that's not true. I'll tell you, he said, I visit. Okay. That means he doesn't live there.
Okay.
So if he lives there, they will tell him. And we do go to Nima and all of that. And my best experience was in Nima through revenue mobilization.
Tell us about Nima.
They are the most comfortable and exciting people to work with.
Nima?
I'm not joking.
Wow.
They
comply.
They comply. The thing is that the man, that's the funny. They really do know how. They are so relatable. The guys goes like, hey, I do 'em. So Charlie, what's up?
Oh, so they open up and say, okay, I've done it.
So the thing at the end of the day, it be money.
It be money they search.
So what's the modalities? And then it's the corrections are done. They are so they give off the vibe different from what everybody's expecting.
Okay.
I was even expecting you to say Sukura and what do you call it?
What is the issue at Sukura? Yes, and Rasta.
They are Russia. They are all the fun places to work. You can ask ECG staff.
Which area or community is the most difficult for you? I mean, people like you're saying will think Ashaman or Nima or Shukura, but where?
The rich people areas.
The rich people areas?
Yeah.
Like what? Like where?
I'll mention, but it's the rich people areas.
They give you because they have dogs. How do you also deal with such situations where you go and it's a
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It's not even about the dogs thing.
Yeah.
The rich people areas can be also called the I know my rights.
And they give ECG a lot of problems.
Because he's not right, he feels like he doesn't have to let you in on his compound. But the truth of the matter is the law allows me to enter there because I have a property.
Okay.
But you think that, funny enough, 8 out of 10, there's something wrong in that house.
Interested.
Yeah.
But they work, so they are out of the house by 6 a.m. They come back at 7 p.m. How do you get the ECG?
But now,
is that not affecting your
workplace?
Yeah.
I really have to say a big thank you to the ECG staff because some do allow themselves to work on weekends. That's the kind of dedication that I am seeing in the place that makes it so exciting to even wake up to go to work. And they would. Sometimes you just have to marvel to look at the motivation or what's this person's drive or what's this person's excitement. Look, we can paint the pictures all we want, but we are all not the same. The level of dedication that some people put in their work is remarkable. That being said, there are rich people areas there.
They give you a lot of issues. So they lock up and sometimes they will leave their helps at home and they don't want to allow you.
They don't want you to come in. But now we've also developed the policy. Wow. Yeah, we try once. Twice.
Then?
We since we didn't see the meter, means the meter in our head is faulty. So we disconnect from the service cable, from the wood pole.
And you're allowed to do that?
Yeah. I'm a service provider.
And you have a property in there.
If I cannot check the integrity of my service, why should I allow it to keep running? In your mind, the quick thing, I will sue you.
Yeah.
You go and sue. That is when the law will be open for you to know that the meter has to be visited. So, the staff will disconnect from the service cable.
Interesting.
And then when they disconnect, you can't pay reconnection fee. They will start the process all over. And that's also, that's non-tariff revenue. We want money.
You want money?
Yeah, so please help us not to charge non-tariff revenue.
Jeremiah says that my regards to my proud lecturer. I'm a proud student from Central University. Jeremiah says hi.
Oh,
so
wow.
you're a lecturer as well.
That was back
in the day. You used to lecture at Central University. How was it like?
It was fun, actually, impacting knowledge. It was actually a very great experience and a great period in my life. It actually also made me sharp with the law. Because I was actually teaching a commercial law class.
Okay.
And it was fun because to actually see the excitement of the staff, the students and staff, is a great. And
you enjoyed doing that.
I enjoyed doing that, but that's they always say the teacher's reward is in heaven. That was not my calling.
Teaching is not your calling.
At that point, I realized that my mother's face came.
Said, go out there and make some money. Real money. But you enjoyed it.
But my late mom was a very funny woman. She's like, me, my teacher. I was what been doing. I said, I was a teacher. So, she's a lawyer.
Interesting. We'll talk about your law firm and all of that. But before that, sometimes buying your car insurance isn't the problem. It is when you forget to renew it and then you get into trouble with the police or an accident. And that's why Haptel is here. Instant car insurance is now on Haptel. Get your instant car insurance sticker anytime. No long things, just install the Haptel app, enter your car number for your instant insurance sticker. You can also set a reminder for your next renewal date. Go to haptel.com/app to install your Haptel app. And that's it. Haptel is everything you. Well, it's now time for our mystery question. But tell us also, what's your favorite song? Are you into Afrobeats?
You'll be surprised.
Tell us.
Yeah, I'm into Afrobeats and all of that, but my favorite all-time
is what?
Song is Lumba.
Oh, Daddy Lumba.
Yeah, blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Oh, really? I know you're a good singer too. Which song? Give us a tune of that. Lumba, blah blah blah. Charlie, you be deep.
I don't give you anything.
Oh, forgive us.
I know why.
Daddy Lumba.
I know why you want to, because you are now playing the words in your head. So you are now realizing I say you be deep.
No. So you love Daddy Lumba.
Yeah.
Anytime, any day, it's Lumba for you.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I know tomorrow the headlines will scream ECG boss says my favorite is Daddy Lumba of all time.
Yeah.
So it's not Kojonchi, it's not Amachi the days. No. Lumba. Yeah. What about Daddy Lumba? Tell us.
At the end of the day, sometimes, as my late mom always said, there is a song for everything. Right. Or there's nothing that has happened in this life that somebody hasn't sung about.
Wow.
So those kind of songs, okay, maybe Ekutia.
Well, we're trying to get the tune for you. So my DJ is trying to get that one. Do you have it? Or you're going to play another Lumba? Okay, no problem. DJ Mono is looking for blah blah blah. I want that song. I know why we want to play that song. But we'll get you a Lumba tune. But it's now time for the mystery question. Yes, Francis. So here we go. Dubik, you have to just pick one, and then you pick the other as well for us. And you read it out, please. Okay, please read it out for us. You have it right there. So you can read it out before we go to the next one, sir. Right, so what do we have, please?
It's a mystery question.
Yes.
What will you be willing, ready, and able to sacrifice to achieve your greatest ambition, and why?
That's right. What?
I think it has already happened.
Okay, which is?
My family.
Your family.
Because I've already done that. So
sacrifice.
Why? It was because I've been over ambitious.
Okay.
So now
you are trying to. Is it
try?
right or wrong? Because you felt that you weren't there for them, so now you have to.
Yeah.
Wow.
That kind of.
So it hits you. Sometimes it comes to you that you should have been there the more for the family.
Yeah.
Now you're divorced. Are you planning to remarry?
If the good Lord says.
Are you searching? Right. Because you're on the show, you never know. A lot of ladies listen to this show, so.
When the good Lord says the time is right, you will feel it.
He makes all things beautiful in his time.
I am telling you.
This is your tune.
Bola Ray.
For a bad one. Mama, thank you. No, you know what? I know somebody who. Okay, I'll leave it. But you know what? We had a message coming in from Akwe. Akwe says that if Ghana should get 10 of its kind, leading state institutions will have a great country. God bless you for coming. And we urge you to keep on keeping on. But don't disconnect Accra Academy again. Next time, give us a call.
Just pay your bills.
We go. Tell us, in the next 10 years, God willing, where do you see yourself, Dubik? You want to go into mainstream politics?
Retired.
Oh, retired?
Yes.
Wow, you don't want to do politics? That's
retired.
In the next 10 years, you want to retire?
Retired.
You'll be 50 years?
Yes, retired.
You want to retire at 50?
Retired.
Thank you, my brother, for coming.
Thank you, too, for having me.
I know you have a flight to catch. We wish you the very best. And hey, thank you. Keep on keeping on.
You too, my brother.
God bless you, sir.
God bless you, too.
Right. I hope you've had a great time.
Fantastic time. Pay your bills. Pay your bills. Pay your bills.
Okay. So the week says, the short code again is star
226 hash.
Star 226 hash.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, sir.
You too.
To the team, it's been a great one right here. Good evening. My name is Kwabena Anoche. This is Bola Ray. God bless all of us. We're out.